Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always, and thanks for all your ongoing support. Very, very much appreciated, genuinely. Right, today, WeeZuki. So my partner's mother is considering selling it. Suzuki are coming round to examine it, I think on Tuesday. It is currently Saturday, it's bank holiday weekend in the UK. I've got tons to do, so this is going to be a nice, simple one. So I'll get the camera off the tripod very quickly and we'll have a look at the dirt. It hasn't been driven, so despite the fact it looks quite clean from a distance, it is just peppered with dust. A few bits of bird poo. I haven't been round it in like you know, extreme detail, but I did look around it this morning and thought, I don't know, it's nearly close enough for doing Labo Cosmetica and then rinseless. But then I started seeing bird poo, small problem, but also because it's not been driven, we're getting some sort of, can't remember where I saw it now. Anyway, greenery. So I thought it would benefit from a quick blast. So what I'm going to do, because it's blazing hot, I'm going to, wheels don't need doing really, they're just dusty as anything, dusty and cobwebby. So this is the sort of stuff that I need to pressure wash out really. And I'm not going to get to that level of detail with a rinseless wash. So I really want to be digging out some of the rubbers and the shuts, etc, etc. Anyway, so yeah, so what I'm going to do, as I say, wheels don't need doing, so I'm going to coat the wheels. We'll do that right now. Actually, let's look at the products. I am using 100 ml of touchless in here, and what I plan to do is coat the wheels with auto wheel and then coat the car with touchless, let it dwell, we'll observe that, and then I'm probably going to use half, let it dwell a bit, and then hit it again with the rest. And then we're doing the old current fun wash of, let's get this out of the shade, sorry, get the current favourite fun wash. We'll do 50 ml of Garage Therapy. I've got 10 ml of Garage Therapy shampoo in the wheel bucket just for some additional lubrication. We're going to seal her up with Halfords ceramic foam sealer, P&S Absolute in the rinse bucket, and we're going to deliver Garage Therapy shampoo using the MJJC just for speed. So this is just having a little tickle, nothing major, not going for a show job, just getting the dust off. And I'm hoping my target is an hour. Just let that have a go on there. Nothing too major. And that is going to be drying like the proverbial clappers given the heat. So we'll be getting that wet ASAP. Let's get the camera in position. There we go. Right, 100 ml of new touchless in 900 ml of water. Just having a little think about that. Either we've got blockage or not enough pressure. Come on. Well, this is upsetting. Right, let's get them wheels wet while it's having a think. I had a little tinker with the strength nozzle and it unblocked. So there must must need a clean. Right, let's get that on. And while that's having a little think, I will just give the wheels a very gentle tickle. So they're done, and then we'll do a re-application of the foam, just so that's got adequate dwell time to deal with the dust and bird poo. Well, I might top up the foam, because current desire for today was a nice thick foam. I think I've got about another 25-30 mil in my old bottle. Just top that up a little bit. Maybe there's 50, I don't know. No, maybe 100. So that should thicken that up nicely. Keep them wheels wet. Never had any trouble with the MJJC. There we go. Lovely. Maybe it's time for a service, eh? Come on. Right, let's make sure we've got enough left to get this side done. So I'll get that all loaded up, get it all gone. And then I'll show you how quickly it's evaporating. Last little top up on the front, and that's that. Right, let's get in and have a look at that. Well, you can see from there, it is dying. It's funny, really. I did once try Auto Bright Direct Parma Violet Snow Foam, and it said it's very good for dark cars, particularly in heat. I should try some more, really. That was in the early days of my YouTube channel journey. I don't think I tried it quite thick enough, so I didn't give it the best opportunity to shine. But I think when I ordered some more, I inadvertently bought something different, same colour. Right, let's see if we get this out of the sun a bit and away from the tripod. Hose. Righty tighty. Start giving her a bit of a blast. No idea what the last coating was she had. I'd have to look through my videos to work that out. But I do know I've done wheels with the Maguire's all-in-one, which was pretty impressive, really. Nice, 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 nice. So we're getting some water action on here, so it leads me to believe I've probably, looking back at what I own, probably Geon or Halfords or Sigma, but most likely Geon or Halfords. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Skip round them window frames, and the shuts just get rid of cobwebs and any environmental stuff. Yeah, paint's responding well, really, which is good. Nice level of water action. I'll get the camera in a minute, we'll have a look. Touchless doesn't muck about with bird poo. That I will say. That is history. Products all but evaporated on this side. Just dig into all the shuts and the rubbers again, just to make sure there's no mossy gubbins. Try and keep her nice and wet. Have a little push on the roof just to keep that moisture flowing around so we're not drying the product on the car. I've never done that before, so I don't really know what would happen, but I'm not going to wait and find out. So I think today I'm probably going to, it always seems pointless talking about this because I know the videos aren't real time, but today I'm probably going to pressure wash this, snow foam pressure wash, contact wash this, and I'm going to do rinseless on the Fabia for my own personal ease, and the car doesn't need that much of a clean, so that'll be nice. And then I'm just going to clean the FOS, so it's back to the stage it was last week when I bailed out doing the plastic coat test, and then I'm going to do that. That is test Infinity Wax plastic coat on the Forester. Right, let's get this bit fully rinsed. This is by no means a test of the product because obviously I am fully aware that it hasn't been driven, the vehicle. So this is just the longevity. And again, I'm fully aware it's just sat there doing nothing. But we've got a healthy level of water action and it's sheeting to dry down the bottom. All good, all good. Right, let's get the cam back. Get that all finished off. Here we go. Don't have to go nuts. Just trying to force out any dirt from around the jets, things like that. Things that make it clearly stand out as a car that's been stood there for a year. Like to put our best foot forward, as we say. Right. Suzuki are notorious for putting like recessed frames around everything, and inevitably that equals dirt trap, moisture trap. Greening if the car isn't washed enough. So we're going to go with 500 ml of water and 50 ml of product. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apologies about the dogs. Right, let's get that done as quick as possible. Righty tighty. So, roughly 50 ml garage therapy. One shampoo. Let's get a good view of where we're at. Here we go. Lovely. And apologies about the initial problem with the MJJC. A couple of little drops of oil, I think, in the adjuster. I'll give it a thorough cleanse after today's innings, and then a couple of drops of oil in the adjuster. Right, sorry about that, dogs were going bazonkers. Okay, so what I found is when it was on full or 95%, it was a little bit lazy at the very beginning, as you saw in the video. So I'm just going to give it a clean. First, I always rinse it out, but I'm going to give it a full clean later on today, and then get a couple of drops of oil in the adjuster just to make sure everything's sitting good. Anyway, so I just wet the car off a little bit again, so I just had to have a little break to calm my nerves from the unscheduled interruption, and we're back on. So let's start round the bum, and then I'll come round. Oh, it smells amazing. So you've got lovely consistency, set to max. Obviously, and we'll just give her a good coating. And get in for the contact wash. Plenty for a car this size. Probably could have got away with less fluid, less product. But hey ho. Right. Lovely. Absolutely perfumundo. So that's interesting, just goes to show that, you know, even when you're making videos, everything isn't always perfect. So I've got 10 litres of fresh water and 20 ml of P&S Absolute in the rinse bucket, just for a little bit of additional lubrication. And as I've stated in my previous couple of videos, I've just really been enjoying it. It's just a winning combo. Doesn't matter if it's P&S Absolute or CarPro ECH2O or Garage Therapy Rinseless, or indeed Armour Detail Supply Hero, which I have in stock, kindly supplied a little sample from a very, very good friend of the channel, which is due a test drive anytime soon. Lovely. Just what you like to see, eh? Nice and slick. So I've done my day the other way round today. I've done exercise first thing, doing a bit of a push on training and diet. I don't like to call it a diet. I like to call it a small evolutionary tweak. But no bread, no crisps, no meal deals, no sausage back from the burger man, the sandwich van on a Friday, and you will be thrilled and probably slightly amused to hear that I'm, as well as doing 30 minutes of weights 3 times a week minimum, plus I do 800 calories per day according to the watch, and I walk the dogs regularly, and of course the whole car washing routine is relatively, should we say, intensive to burn a fair few calories. I'm also doing 15 minutes skipping every day. So I've done that this morning. Oh, it was wonderful. Wonderful. And if you're wondering why I'm doing skipping, it's because with the amount of dogs I've got, as much as I love running, getting out with them little rascals is stressful and adds a little bit of a barrier to getting out and getting it done, for one. And two, running with 5 Dachshunds, as fun as it is for them, they all want to go in different directions. Oh, it's murder. Murder. Anyway, so with skipping, 15 minutes of skipping is roughly equal to 30 minutes of running. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner, as they say. And I will attest that despite the fact I'm a pretty solid runner and am generally pretty active, skipping is utter murder. If anyone wants to see a video of that progression, let me know in the comments, because I started videoing it. Started, when did I start? 1st of May. 1st of May. Strict better diet. So rice, pasta, couscous, pulses, and copious amounts of vegetables, fruit, low-fat yogurt for breakfast, with a little 2 spoonfuls of muesli, and then I have a calorie counted evening meal, which is, and this isn't because I'm posh, or rich, but I have HelloFresh purely because, as everyone knows, when you want decent food from supermarket, you can spend 20, 30 quid every time you enter the shop. Whereas HelloFresh is tenner a meal. Oh, I thought the camera was wobbly. Yeah, HelloFresh is a tenner a meal. So from that aspect, it works out pretty good. Right. Get this all rinsed. Just keep her wet, because it is blazing. Which reminds me, that's the other part of Adam. New improved Adam. Tons of this. And I have to say, eating less junk, obviously, I'm hungry. So today I had grapes, blueberries, zero fat yogurt, and 2 spoonfuls of muesli and kale in a smoothie. Oh, it was really nice. Much more palatable actually, doing it in a smoothie. I preferred it that way. And then I had poached egg on sourdough for lunch. And I think, given the weather, it's going to be something like maybe barbecue chicken, no oil, with a salad. That would be my current desire, I think. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not giving up beer. What would life be without your guilty pleasure, eh? That's why I say it's an evolutionary tweak, not a diet. I will still be enjoying a beer or 3. Why not? Right, I'm gonna do a quick lead twizzle and we'll get this wrapped up. We'll get a sealer on it, get it dry, and that's this one done. We'll get the FOS done at breakneck speed and get the plastic coat tested. And then we'll rinseless the fab, I reckon. That's what I'm feeling today. And if the missus gets back at a reasonable time, maybe I'll do hers too. Who knows? We shall see. That's the drawback, you see. I'll be as hungry as a horse. Did a, I don't know, just under 4 mile walk as well this morning, so after skipping. So with the skipping, I just want to get to a point where I can do boxer skip for 15 minutes straight, minimum. Minus passing out. Right, just going to give the cannon a gentle rinse. And we want 250 ml of water. maybe just over for the Halfords. And just to double check, Halfords is 50 ml of product in 250 ml of water. And I'm going to be measuring that using the cap. So let's just give her a wipe. Pop that there gently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 5. Come on. God. Maybe a little bit under, but you know, it's a teeny weeny little car. As you saw, the coat remains quite solid. Obviously, bottom's unabrasive. I made sure it went down absolutely dead vertical, didn't scratch it around the paint. I like to be very careful with all my things, as you will know, set to max. So I'll give that a little buzz, like so, and we'll do the same around the other side. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Wheels, roof, glass, tyres, everything. There we are. Lovely. Nab anything you missed. Load her up where applicable. Mundo. And I'll grab the camera and we'll have a little look at that, because as always, that is one of the best parts. Excuse me while I undo. There we are. Right. Wonderful. You just can't whack it. Lovely. Just what we need. So get round as quick as possible. Make sure it doesn't dry on the panels or the wheels, just to avoid any water spotting. It's a lovely dinky little car, so it's not going to take long to rinse and or dry. Let's get round quick. Less of the fun, less of the waffle, more of the distribution. Just so I don't have to fight any spotting or anything like that. It's almost as though the sun had eradicated the milkiness, so it's somewhat more difficult to see where the product was or indeed wasn't. But you'll remember at the start of the video, we were only just seeing sheet to dry after a short duration at the bottom. Now we've got solid beading everywhere. Lovely, 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 lovely. Make sure the glass is all done. Don't want that all sticky. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Just want to make sure she's all wet. There we go. Wonderful. Right, let's get hose out of the way. Ooh. Tell you one thing, doing extra exercises. Another thing I've realised is when I'm doing YouTube videos, sometimes I'm a bit getting up and down. When I checked the weight, obviously May the 1st, weighing, I'm not a person, I don't weigh myself regularly. But as I say, I could tell on YouTube videos, you know, I was like, getting up and down. I know I'm getting old, but I don't feel like slowing down anytime soon. Anyway, weighing said 100 kilos. So, when I ran the marathon the second time, I was the lightest I've been since school. And I think that was 13 stone 8. And I felt great. You know, now I'm just the shy under 16. Partly due to I have been pursuing training weights, gaining. So I do a lot of weights. Anyway, along with that goes the whole, oh, I did loads today, I'll eat more. I need meat, I need protein. Anyway, you turn 50, as any of the viewers of the same age know, and suddenly all those fun things, the beer, the barbecues, sausage wraps from the sandwich man on a Friday, maybe even a few more times a week if I've been training, they all start to stick. So that's my life update today. Funny. So I'm having a mega push. May test. With the current heat, next thing, I think I'll be losing this beard and having a significant barnet bash. Because it is boiling. And this facial furniture does tend to promote the heat hanging around a bit more than it might if the facial furniture wasn't there. Maybe it's time. The old Turkish have been trimming it good recently. I don't normally let barbers touch the beard because they always do mad things that make you look like Beppe off EastEnders. But the last time, barber was cool. So I've just let him keep doing it. And because it's shaped, I just leave it alone. But now it's got a bit whopping. We've got Tesco man today. That's what all the commotion was about. Partner's mum was trying to herd up the Dachshunds. He's here. Oh, let's hope it's not the talky one, eh? Yeah, my partner's mum was trying to herd up the Dachshunds. I won't do an impression of it. But it was like a person that didn't know what they were doing, herding sheep. And of course, with all the flailing arms, that just made them all go mental. And that's why when I went and shut them up, or should I say I wasn't horrible to them, obviously, they're my little babies, encouraged them to go indoors for a period of time. I had to have a little break just to calm my nerves. I was like, I'm trying to shoot a video, I'm cleaning your car, and you're chasing the dogs around the garden like this. I'm wondering why they're barking at you. And then wants to have a full conversation. And I'm like, I don't want to spell it out, but you know, I know I'm just an amateur YouTuber, but you know, you don't just walk on set, man. Start walking on someone's set. It's the truth. Right, just getting any last little drips. Apologies for the radio silence. I was just paused, or should I say poised, for Tesco action. Right, let's go hang the towel a minute. Hope to God that no one talks to me, engages with me. Hi there. Right, I think we're safe. Anyway, as you can see from the reflection, ta-da! Very nice, very good finish, nice and hydrophobic. No doubt people will be having barbecues over the lovely bank holiday weekend, given the wonderful weather, but that's given her a nice, clean face and a good level of protection. I might just go round with a cloth to get the wheel faces dried, just to prevent any water spotting on them. But that is that. Wonderful. Right, let's get this on the tripod, sign out before there's any insanity. Hope that the Tesco man doesn't hang around too long, because I want to get the dogs outside again. It's their house after all. And then I'll have a quick break and it's onwards and upwards with the next one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you for tuning in. As always, don't forget, if you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Really helps the channel. If not, no drama, just dip in and out when there's topics or content or products that you're interested in on the channel. More than happy with that. Anyway, as I say, thanks for tuning in as always. Hope to see you all again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.